Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a brand new team of the week in NHL 22, and we're going to break it all down as it had huge X Factor implications. So if you guys enjoy the content, make sure you give the video a like as it does help me out considerably, and subscribe for the most up-to-date NHL 22 news and info, as tomorrow we get our big new patch with migration as well as roster sharing. So make sure that you tune in for those because I'll make sure I have any info that comes out about them. All right, guys, let's get into the brand new team of the week and all the X Factor implications. All right, we'll kick things off with the 85 Seth Jones, and he is creeping up to that new tier for his X Factor card. Obviously, the master item from the Superstar Origin event had him at 86 overall, so it has taken him a little while to get up to that so that his new tier would be unlocked. So one more Primetime or Team of the Week would get him to 86, and then 87 obviously would unlock a new tier. This one does come with Magician and Booming Shot, which isn't bad. 6'4" is still incredible size. 88 speed is good for his size. 87 acceleration a little slow, but if you get Magician activated on him, 92 agility is quite nice. His shot is okay, 80 on the accuracy, 89 on the power. Body checking gets up to 86. It doesn't matter as much because he's 6'4", and then his defensive awareness and stick checking kind of mediocre at this point at 87, but still a nice mid-tier card if you guys are looking for a right-handed shot big defenseman, let's say to pair him with Quinn Hughes, something like that. This is still a good option, and you should be able to get him for pretty cheap because he's not going to be incredibly sought after in the 85 Seth Jones. Next, we've got the 86 Drew Doughty with Light the Lamp and Booming Shot, as well as Bombarded. Again, not a bad right-handed defenseman. 88 speed, 88 acceleration isn't bad at all, especially for non-master set defensemen. And then if you get both synergies activated, obviously with Bombarded, it gets his slap shot to 85 accuracy, 90 power. His passing's pretty good at 88. Again, this is another mid-tier card if you guys can't afford master set items. This would be one of the ones that you could go for. This Drew Doughty card is actually pretty well-rounded. So if you can't afford some of the big, under 22 cards that you could upgrade or anyone like that, then this would be a pretty good option for you. Next, we've got the 86 Adam Fox that does unlock a new tier for his X Factor. He's got Gladiator and Booming Shot as well as Protector. Again, a lot of these cards are getting up into the high 80s, low 90s, and that's very, very serviceable. It looks like this release, specifically this team of the week, has really helped out with those middle tier defensemen. 89 speed, 89 acceleration with 91 agility. This just goes to show you why I'd still much rather have the 85 Seth Jones because he's only one speed lower and he's 6'4". His shot is okay with synergies activated, 88 slap shot power, 84 on the accuracy. D-King's at 94, which is nice, but his body checking is pretty low for a 5'11" player. His X Factor is a little bit better, but this one, again, I would much rather have Doughty or Seth Jones. We'll take a look at his new X Factor. He does have Thief, which I think is very, very helpful for this card because it gets his stick checking defensive awareness up into the 90s. And then he's got Protector, Light the Lamp, and Booming Shot. Protector is the new one at tier 9. Still a little slower when it comes to some of the smaller defensemen, especially right-handed ones, like honestly, Makar is a little bit faster than him, obviously, and with the body check only being 80, if you have him untradeable, I think that there aren't enough elite defensemen that have everything that, do everything really well, especially the passing at 91. It's nice that it's still okay to upgrade because his next upgrade, his next one actually won't get to 90 unless he gets a speed synergy, but there is a strong chance that he gets one, to be honest, so I'll have to be on the lookout for that, but yeah, you'd have to have a lot of other cards, or you would have to not have very many other ones. Like if you got Adam Fox in the starter pack, that would be really the only situation where I would look to upgrade him because I still think it's a little too expensive for what you're getting from. Next, we've got the 86 FILIP. FORSBERG obviously had an amazing game last week with the 4 goals. Does have buzzing, which gets his speed up to 88, acceleration 87, and if he does get buzzing activated, he's got 90 agility. Shot is in the high 80s, which is nice. Again, just another mid-tier defenseman. He would need to have buzzing. However, if you do have some of the under 22 players that do have buzzing, because almost every single one of them did, this could be a decent card to help out you actually get that. He should go for basically close to the bare minimum of 86 overall players. Make it snappy isn't anything crazy. His stick checking is okay, and he's got decent size, so you could do worse. Again, if he goes for somewhere near the bare minimum of 86 overall players, this might not be that bad. Got another big defenseman on that right side with the 87 Aaron Ekblad with Protector and Bombarded, and then Light the Lamp. 87 speed, 87 acceleration. little bit, a decent shot in the 80s. This is essentially just a slightly, honestly, the whole package, I'd still rather have that 85 Seth Jones. I think that's why that card is just still really good. But again, if you're looking for someone else, another big-time defenseman to play really good in your defensive zone, then this Aaron Ekblad would be a nice one. I still think that the better value would be that Doughty or that Seth Jones when you add everything up with these cards. Next, we've got the 87 Victor Hedman with Workhorse and Gladiator. It's been a minute. We needed Victor Hedman to get a few more. Obviously, 88, much like the Seth Jones from the Superstar Origins event, his 88 did make it so that it's going to take quite a long time for him to get a new tier upgrade on his X Factor. His speed is becoming an issue because everyone else is kind of flying up into the 8, and now his size is still elite in his own zone. Gladiator and Workhorse, if you can get it activated, help him out considerably. At least Workhorse does because he is such a slow skater. He's still one of the best cards in his own zone. I think I would still wait. You need to see that speed or that speed synergy come out for him to where he can really return some value, especially on his X Factor, and that's probably not going to be for a little bit longer as well because he needs 2 more upgrades before he gets that. This one is still very good. There's not very many other big left-handed defensemen I'd rather have than this Victor Hedman, but again, you need to know how to use him correctly or pair him with someone like Makar, who's very fast. We also got the 87 Jake Guentzel, has been blowing it up lately. Not a huge fan of well-rounded. Does have spark, which is nice. If we get his acceleration up to 90, speed's at 89. Very well-rounded card. Again, another pure winger. It's just going to be tough. There's a lot of other good ones, but I mean, he's going up against base Kucherov or base McDavid. If you can get him for the bare minimum 87 overall, this could be pretty decent, especially if you're trying to activate Spark. We've talked about it before. It's hard to activate Spark because most of the cards that have it usually have Distributor fly the zone. We'll take a look at Guentzel's X Factor because, I've mentioned this in the last video that it's very difficult for him because he doesn't unlock any superstar abilities that are going to be any good. Now, he does have Distributor, and obviously the new one that he unlocks at tier 11 is not going to be used. You're going to use Distributor over that. That's 91 speed. That's not bad. 50,000 coins to get him there. Again, not bad at all. 91 speed. His shot is just touching 90, so there's just a lot of other cards I'd be more impressed with. I don't think I would invest in this Jake Guentzel unless it's like your only X Factor, but yeah, it's still nice that he is getting, obviously he does have 91 speed now. He did go up 1 on this last tier. A new Barzal, 88 overall with Magician and Thief. Love that Thief synergy on him. Heart and Soul, you're not going to activate. This is a very good card, much like the 87 overall Superstar Origins one. If you can get this one for what the bare minimum of 88s are going for, this is going to be really good. I have a feeling you won't because he's got 93 speed, 92 acceleration. This is one of the faster cards in the game. You could play him at center as well as hand stats are all very good. Matthew Barzal cards are just all around very, very good. You take a look at his new X Factor because, he is at 80. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, EA has a hard time updating their X Factors. When they first come out, some of them just take a little bit longer, so his new 88 isn't out quite yet. It doesn't look like he's going to get a speed bump, though, because he did just receive one at his 87. However, his shot is going to be a little bit better. This is still, like I said at the beginning of the game, when Barzal was one of the options to get in the choice pack, this is the reason why, because when he starts to get tier upgrades, his speed is already so nuts, and when his shot gets a little bit better, I mean, you're laughing. If he can get one more good synergy, I'm not a fan of Heart and Soul or well-rounded. Depends what his next one is, because that could be pretty big, I would guess. I actually have no idea what it could be. I mean, we'll see. I doubt it's a speed one, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. But still a very, very good card. His 88 is going to be awesome, and you should do that upgrade as quick as possible. Vasilevsky gets another Team of the Week up to 90 overall. The synergies are really good on this one. Well, I mean, Buzzing and Distributor, well-rounded isn't very. Handle It is okay. I'm not a huge, like, that one's so situational. Speed's at 89, which is nice, and he's 6'3". All in all, this isn't a bad goaltender. We'll take a look at what the X Factor is now at. I mean, at 90 overall, he's got Thief and some other good ones as well. He gets Handle It as his superstar ability. I'm not a huge fan of any of his other superstar abilities. Like, I honestly would not invest, even if I got an untradeable Vasilevsky, I would not invest. I'd rather just save my coins and upgrade Price, because for whatever reason, Price has been nuts and actually might start getting some upgrades soon, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this Vasilevsky. Then we've got the 90 Jonathan Huberdeau as he's creeping up there as well. Booming Shot Gladiator as well as Light the Lamp with these activated. 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 92 agility. Very good card. I mean, honestly, as a winger, and you could use him as a center if you are good on the draw. He's got mid-90 shot, great hand stats. Body checking is a little low. But all in all, a very, very good card. We'll take a look at what his X Factor now looks like, because this is kind of one of the more forgotten ones. And he does unlock Light the Lamp. So it does look like he's not getting any skating synergies at all with this, which doesn't really surprise me. But if you put Thief on him, that gets his defensive stats up quite a bit. And he unlocks Magnetic, which is one of the lesser sought-after ones, in my opinion. I do like Tape to Tape, however. But if you have the untradeable Jonathan Huberdeau, this is probably worth doing the upgrade. He does go up speed and acceleration on this last tier. And then lastly, guys, we've got the 91 Auston Matthews with Spark and Heart and Soul. This is more important because now we've caught up to the 91 Master Set Auston Matthews. If you guys do not have the Auston Matthews X Factor card, I would try and get it now, because his next prime time or team of the week will boost him up to 92, and he should receive speed increases there, and his X Factor card is one of the best. So if you didn't take it early on in the year, like I told you guys, try and get him now, because once he gets his 92, we all know once a card gets a new tier boost, he goes up in price. His shot is phenomenal. He's one of my favorite centermen that I've used, and honestly, if you get him untradeable, this 91, he's still very, very good. I would just much rather have his X Factor. So if I packed this, I would rather sell it and then try and buy his X Factor and upgrade it that way. But just be on the lookout, because the next Auston Matthews is going to be really good. Also need to shout out the new Play of the Year cards, because the SONNY, MILANO, and ZEGRAS play from the other night was simply incredible. So we'll take a quick look at this one. MILANO obviously has a Hut Champs card already. Protector, Light the Lamp, as well as Applesauce, which is a decent combo. Honestly, I could see this card going for the base price of what 86 are going for, and this isn't a bad winger card at all. 88 speed, 88 acceleration, 90 agility, high 80s on the shooting, and then hand stats are pretty good. His passing is a little low. But again, this, if you get him for the bare minimum of what 86s are going for, and you're free to play, this might be a decent one. He also has much higher deking and big tipper, which is awesome. And then obviously you've got the 88 Trevor Zegras, who has no headshot apparently, with Applesauce and Magician. Really good left-handed winger card. I mean, 91 speed, 91 acceleration, 95 agility with it activated, 90 shooting, 99 deking, hand stats, and passing, puck control are all phenomenal. This is one of the better left-handed wingers, and at 77 on the draw, you could actually use him at center. His superstar ability, it's tricky. It's just not going to be one I would use, but all of the other stuff combined is really, really nice. He's probably going to be around 100K, but still, this looks like a really nice card, other than the fact he has no headshots. All right, guys, so I did manage to finish like gold or whatever in Division 2, so we'll take the rewards, the untradeable, and see if we can't pull anything in our packs for Rivals this week. I hope you guys have better luck than I do, because it has just been pretty rough for me lately, but we'll see if we can get anything here. We'll go through these packs quickly and see if I can't pull any bangers. I'm just like, I mean, honestly, I'm not really looking for anything. Just see if we can get a big pull. I mean, who's to say, right, guys? Just a FYI, while we're going through these, might as well talk it. I will be traveling to New York tomorrow, which is the last trip I'm doing for a little while, because I got invited to go to a New York Islander game with their esports group. So I'm going to be talking NHL esports with the Islanders and meet the guys from Kings Coast. If you guys haven't tried out Kings Coast, make sure you do. Best coffee on the planet. So they are located in Long Island, so I'll be going there. And yeah, just looking forward to it. So I'll be back to normal videos. I do have some uploads that will be coming while I'm gone, but I'll be back on Saturday as we get 83 Taylor Hall. Nice. But yeah, guys, so I apologize for the lack of like the multiple videos that I've been uploading. I mean, truly, I mean, when I went to Columbus and New Jersey, it kind of just, wow, that sucks, because there's another one out there. Okay, 85 Stone. All right, 85 is probably going to be the highest that I pull. We got Taves. We got Shabbat. Come on, give me a huge one. DeZingle, Fabro, that ain't it. Give me a purple. Let's see a big purple pull. Here's the issue. I mean, we talked about this on the podcast, guys, with me and Kesso. If you haven't checked out my podcast, Coffee and Shell, it's an hour every week where me and myself and Kesso just talk about, you know, Hockey Ultimate Team. The fact that you can't pull the 92 version of the master item is just really killing kind of the hype and value, because when you pull them, it's 86. It's like, oh, I still got to spend 300,000 coins to get them all the way up. So that kind of sucks, but we'll see. Maybe we can pull one of the 91 Team of the Weeks. That would be kind of sweet. We did pull the Stamkos, I believe, last week, the 89, so there is that. But it does look like it's another week of Rivals where, okay, I don't really pull much of anything as we get Buchnevich. We did get a purple pull, I guess, but I'm not really thrilled with that. So You know, not a bad card, I guess, with 88. Yeah, he's not making the lineup or anything, but hey, it's not terrible. But that is going to do it, guys, as those are the packs. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a good one.